So I've been preparing it for a few weeks now, but it's time to put together my winter village. So some things didn't go quite according to plan, as it's all a bit later rather than I expected, which is similar to what happened last year. God, timing never works around Christmas. It's always a busy time, isn't it? But let's get into it. First things first, clear the table, where it will be this table right here with all these boxes on it. And inside these boxes is the sets that I'm going to be using for the winter village, so they're all built and ready to be placed. Step 2, lay the base plates. So I've just kind of loosely put the base plates down on the table, but you might notice, look at that, they don't quite fit. I do have more which I can cut to fit those gaps, but I'm not going to be doing that today. But that's okay, because it'll still look good without it once everything else is on there. And I'm going to use these 2x4 white tiles to help lock in the plates, just because I've got a few of these and sometimes they can just move around a little bit. There we go, the base plates are all locked in place now. Let's start placing some sets. Okay, so now I'm just kind of randomly placing everything, getting it all out of the storage containers, you know, all the different sets, the Friends sets, the Winter Village sets, all the Christmas trees, just kind of randomly placing it, not really thinking too much about where things are going to go, but that comes next. And here it is, here's my Winter Village for LEGO 2023 season, hooray, here you go, thanks for watching, bye! No, I'm just kidding. Everything's all a mess. I mean, some things are kind of in like rough places, but look at that. We got loose reindeer and snow forts and trees everywhere. Some accessories all over the floor. What is going on? Let's try and make it a little bit more presentable. So here it is so far, but I'm just not really feeling it. I wanted to try something different compared to my last year's version of my Winter Village, which was heavily focused on like a main street. So I was thinking to go for something a bit more rural and like snowy and, you know, like a little ski resort, ski town or something, but there's just a lot of open space. And sure, I haven't added minifigures or some other little accessories, but I'm just not happy with how it is, so I might have to do some changes. So these are some of the sets that unfortunately they passed the audition, but they didn't make it through to the next round, so they're not going to make it in this year's village. And just like this Friends set, which I planned to do a Winter Village conversion of, but the parts just didn't arrive in time, so it looks pretty out of place. So maybe next year, my friend. And the same goes for the igloo. I planned to pretty much swap out the colours for it. They didn't arrive in time, unfortunately. So it might just have to go. So I might have changed my mind a little bit, but that's okay. Sometimes you got to do that, right? Looks like some land developers have bought some land and, well, they built some shops and put in some roads, but that's okay. It's not going to take up the whole space. Because over here is going to be the market and the carnival area, which will lead into kind of a more snowy resort type thing. And then here we'll have a little train station with the tram, but it will terminate, I think, well, God, yeah, it will be. I'm thinking it will kind of like, imagine that it's come off from over there and it's going to come and stop here. I'm not sure if it's going to go all the way through yet. It might, but I'm not sure yet, because then I have to find somewhere for Santa's sleigh. Unless Santa's sleigh goes on the tracks, you know, that's not going to make much sense. Wait. That could be an interesting idea. No, we're not going to do that this year. Not going to put him on there. That would be a good idea to have him like a train, put that on there. But I'm not going to worry about that this year. But yeah, I'm not sure if the track is going to go all the way or just terminate there. So this is how things are looking so far. It's a bit tidy. We've got some open space, but that's okay because I'm about to add some mini builds and minifigures. So let's get started. So I reuse these old Lego boxes to store my Winter Village mini builds that are associated and little things and some minifigures and stuff. So I've got some of them out, but they're absolutely packed. There's so much in here that I just never get around to using it all. But it's nice to be able to pick and choose some parts. Ta-da! A lot has changed. Things are pretty much nearly finalised. I've just got a few piles of things that I need to sort out, like all these snowmen down here. I don't need that many, do I? Maybe not. There's little carnival stuff, but I'm not sure if I got room for it. And then I got a mountain of like street lights and lampposts, which I don't need all of them, so I need to sort that out and put in a little bit of track for the tram, and then we are good to go. Oh, and then we have to add minifigures. Oh yes, can't forget that. So I've finished adding all of the mini builds and I've started to put in some minifigures, but it's time to add in a few more just to make it a bit more lively. So I've got some minifigures in these containers here, which I'll be using, and there's some police and criminals as well. You know, I have a bit of everything going on. I don't think I'll be using all of these minifigures, but they're just some of my everyday citizen, normal folks. So I'll pick out some of those and some accessories as well. So there's some of our mascot figures with extra candy canes, our police and crooks, and then a whole bunch of just random citizens. I don't know if I have too many or not enough, but I guess I'm about to find out. So I've just kind of separated them into a bit more of groupings. So we've still got some of the regular folks here. We've got some ones who are in like sporting gear, and then some of the kid minifigures as well. So that will just help me distribute them better. Well, yeah. And we even got a little food delivery guy on the bike. Why not? Okay, so I've finished adding minifigures to the Winter Village, and I think it's time to give you a bit more of a detailed tour. So let's begin. Starting off in the bottom corner here, we have the little tram stop. Now, I don't have the space to even have a full loop of track, and I sometimes have a little suggestion going all the way across the table, but I thought I'd do something a bit different this year. So we've just got the little end here. So just imagine that the rest of the city exists off-world, you know, off the table, and there's more to it than this. So this is the end of the line, it's the stop. We've got people on there, some are coming off, some are going back. As you can see there, and if I just move it out of the way. Some people on the little platform there, little custom built platform, which I built last year. It's just basic, it's nothing too special, but I don't have a lot of space for it, and there were other things I wanted to showcase. But then just behind it, we've got a small little ice rink for some people playing hockey. Maybe it looks like a professional hockey player versus a little kid. Might not be the most fair game, but hey, it's something. We've got a couple of friends meeting as well, some snowmen, one of the Christmas trees from the Christmas tree set. That's the smallest one you can build, and it looks like somebody's just finished making these lovely snow sculptures of polar bears there. Very talented. And then we've got someone with a snowboard about to go down this little slope here, and a kid in a penguin costume. And then behind the polar bears, we've got Main Street, at least the main street that I could fit in. I didn't plan to include any Main Street buildings or even a road with this Winter Village, but you know, you saw my initial layout, and I just wasn't quite happy with it. So I added these back in. Got some shoppers coming out front, little Uber Eats or Deliveroo Just Eat guy on his bike there, delivering some food somewhere, roller skater on the road, and then we've got the postman collecting post from the little mailbox there, another Christmas tree outside the music store, and then we've got some cars driving about, heading to the little Winter Village itself. And if you ever wondered how Santa manages to deliver all the presents in one night, well, that's because the secret's out. There's actually more than one Santa. As you can see on the roof of each of these buildings, we've got one up there with his sack, another one who's halfway down the chimney, and then if we just skip forward over to the Alpine Lodge, there's another one on the roof as well there. But that's not all the Santas, because there's still one more somewhere in the village. Down here, it looks like the police have just caught some criminals trying to cause some chaos in the Winter Village, so that's not good. Luckily, they've been caught, so no more harm can be done. And then we've got a little Christmas tree farm going on here, and lurking in the trees is the Yeti. I just turned him around there from the CMF series a few years ago. There he is. I thought, oh yes, we can hide him in the trees. That'll be pretty good. And just behind that, we've got a snowman playing the saxophone. Some kids buying toys from the new market stall set, which I doubled up. I put two of them together, just the same, back to back, but I think it looks so much better and more complete. And it looks like he's just got a new Lego set there as well. Here we have people in costumes. We've got someone in a snowman costume and a turkey costume, just going about their business. You know, nothing strange going on here. Maybe there's a costume contest, because there's a few more costume characters dotted around the place as well. And then we've got another Christmas tree with another snowman, and it looks like there's someone taking a picture of the Nutcracker there. Carrying on this road, we've got Santa's sleigh, where the elves are giving out some presents with another Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, with some kids and their parents lining up, getting some free gifts. And it looks like this guy is kind of a little bit overwhelmed. He's getting buried by all the presents in the sleigh there. And of course, in my recent video, I upgraded Santa's sleigh to have the full 8 reindeer. But leading at the front, it's not Rudolph, no, it's this ice sculpture of a reindeer, or maybe it's a magical reindeer. And we got a minifigure dressed as a reindeer as well, and someone else feeding this other reindeer a carrot. Just behind the reindeer, we've got a little mini ski hill with these two people about to have a race. Who can get down the slope first? I wonder who it's going to be. And then we've got some kids playing a snowball fight with the snowball fort there. And then we've got the Lego Friends set from this year, the little ski hill and ski cafe. So we've got people queuing up all the way from the top and working their way down. Some people going inside, some people chilling outside. Got a guy who's doing some sort of vlog down there. People carrying their snowboards. And then this lady's just looking out across the Winter Village, admiring the views. Back down outside, we've got a boy who's having his picture taken with a carol singer and a saxophone player outside this rather impressive Christmas tree. And we've got some people enjoying the Christmas train ride, which is going around the Winter Village. And the main Christmas tree in the centre of the village is surrounded by many market stalls which are very busy. People getting treats, candy canes, chocolates, hot drinks and all that jazz. So we've got different market stalls all the way around, including the little ticket booth for the train ride. And then there's just a little table and chairs for people to rest up and enjoy some of the snacks. And outside the Alpine Lodge there's another little market stall selling some treats and flowers and a teddy bear with a gingerbread mascot up on the balcony. And it looks like somebody has accidentally opened the door on this guy whilst he's using the toilet. Not good. Next up is the mini little ice rink which came with the Alpine Lodge. It's got a boy and his mum just having fun on the ice. And we've got the little snowmobile parked up outside as well because it's far too busy to be driving that thing around. There's absolutely no room. Look at all the people about. And then towards the back we've got a little ski patrol building with a doctor outside just to make sure everyone is staying safe in the snow, and if there are any injuries she's on hand ready to give them some help. And as we can see, the winter village is still getting busy with more people arriving, with this elderly couple here with their snowboards ready to hit the slopes, and agreed to their welcoming people who are just coming into the village. And just beside the entrance there, we've got someone who's being interviewed. She's the kind of manager of the winter village. She's organised everything, and she's being interviewed for the local news. So there we go. There is my winter village for 2023. Lots of stories going on. So many little details. Far too many for me to go through every single one for you. But yeah, there's a story happening pretty much everywhere you look, which is cool. Really adds to the scene and makes it feel a bit more lively. So let me know what you think. Do you like my winter village? Have you made a winter village for yourself this year? Are you planning one next year? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.